there's some videos right now going around on YouTube about are you in or are you out of the broom closet? And actually Starkris started a video a couple days ago, and people have been doing video responses, and I thought it was a really great idea to make videos and watch people's stories, because not only is it enlightening to see other people's experiences, but for people that are struggling, I think it's a really good idea, and it can be very helpful to people. So I wanted to join in and do a video response and be part of it. So here we go. Am I in or out of the broom closet? Well, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'll let you be the judge, I guess. For one, I guess I could tell you I'm not dedicated to being pagan or being Wiccan. I haven't done the year and a day. What my story is I have been researching the religion for a couple years. It's something I'm very drawn to and very interested in. I always tell people I'm a very spiritual person because I am a very spiritual person. I believe that there's a lot of truth. There's little bits and pieces of truth in each religion. Paganism really resonates with me. There's a lot of things I really like about it. Any of you that have watched any of my videos know this about me, because I've spoken about this before in my other videos. I grew up being raised the Christian way. My parents were not a very churchy family. We did not go to church every Sunday. I did attend Sunday school occasionally, and I don't ever remember it being anything, I didn't like. I really liked going. I thought it was fun. And as I got older, into more of my teenage years, I started going to church with my stepmom on Sundays. She's very, very religious, and I never really connected with it. I would sit there and listen to what they were saying, and sometimes I wouldn't even understand what they were saying, and it didn't resonate. And I actually, to be honest with you, and I hate to admit this, but I would sit there feeling really kind of bored. And then when they were talking, or if my stepmom would talk to me, I would always kind of feel like I was being preached to. So it never really resonated with me, and I just never felt like I really connected with it. And another thing is, I always kind of believed, I don't need to go to church to believe in a God. Because people would ask me, oh, where do you go to church? And I'd be like, well, I don't go to church, as I got older. And they'd be like, well, why not? And then I would say, well, I don't feel like I needed to go to church to believe in something. If God is out there and he sees me and he sees that I'm praying to him, even if I'm doing it in my own home, that doesn't make me a bad person just because I don't go to church. So I kind of always had that feeling about that. As far as people knowing about, my research and my interests, like I said, I'm a very spiritual person. I believe a lot of things that the paganism has to say, the religions. There are so many similarities to being pagan and being Christian. The holidays are so close together. Those of you out there that are Christian that might be watching my video that want to say, oh, she shouldn't be doing this and that. Before you start judging other people, you really need to do your research on paganism, because the religions are so closely related. As far as my mom knows of my interests. She supports me. She thinks it's great. In fact, she was telling me how she is giving a friend a ride home one day, and her friend is very Catholic. And she was telling her Catholic friend of my interests, and her friend was like, oh no, you should tell your daughter that that's wrong. Your daughter shouldn't be researching that. And my mom, it's so cute, she was telling her friend the stuff that I told my mom, and she was giving her her Catholic friend a little lesson about the stuff that I had told her. So I thought that was really cute. And as far as my family, is my husband and my kids, my husband, he's the type of guy that he doesn't go to church. He believes there's something out there, but he doesn't know exactly what that is and won't believe in it until it's right in front of him, staring him in the face. So he's very supportive. He knows that I have an interest as long as he said I'm not doing anything weird. And I would never do anything weird. I'm not going to do anything that ever has to do with the devil. I don't believe in doing anything like that. And being pagan or Wiccan doesn't have anything to do with the devil. And when people talk about the devil, you hear it more coming from Christians than you do pagans or Wiccans, because the pagans and the Wiccans don't believe in the devil. So it's the Christians that always say, oh, you're going to go to hell and you shouldn't do that, that's bad, and this and that, that's evil. It's the Christian people that say that all the time. As far as my kids go, my daughter, she attends youth group every Wednesday. She goes to Sunday school every Sunday, and she goes to a youth camp in the summer that she's very excited about. I feel, even though my daughter is young, she's only 14, she's going to be 15 soon, she still has the right to make her own decision what she wants to believe in. I'm not going to tell her or force her what, she needs to believe in. That is her choice and her decision. She's her own individual person. It really bothers me sometimes, these families that force their children to go to church when they don't want to. I understand, like, if your kids are little and the parents are taking them because that's part of your family culture, but when your kids are teenagers and they're coming into more adulthood, you shouldn't force your teenagers to go to church if they don't want to. Let them be their own individual person, because it's going to make them a better person in life, and I truly, really believe that. My older son, he is kind of atheist. He doesn't believe in one certain thing. He believes there's little bits of truth or more than there's truth in all religions, like I do. It's so funny, the other night they were watching this show, my son was and my husband, where they go and it's like an auction show where you take stuff to find out how much it's worth, and they found like this old relic Ouija board, and they took it to, it's some type of pawn shop type of show. I forget the name of it. It's not Pawn Stars, because I know what that is. We watch that all the time too. I forget what it's called. But anyways, he's like, I came out and he's like, oh, mom, you gotta watch this, because he knows that, because I have a paranormal group, and he knows that I'm kind of a spiritual person, and that he, would think I would like that. And I came out, I'm like, no, I don't want to watch anything that has to do with the Ouija board. I'm not into the Ouija board or anything that has to do with the devil. I won't watch scary movies that have to do with the devil. I'm just not into that. He's like, oh, but Mom, you like this, I thought you like, and I'm like, no, I don't like things that have to do with the devil. And yes, I like tarot cards, and people say that's a form of the devil and divination, and the Ouija board is a form of divination, but I just will never touch a Ouija board. So it was kind of cute that he was all trying to get me to come out and what, and I'm like, no. So he knows that I'm very spiritual. My younger son knows of my spiritual side. He does not like scary things. It freaks him out. He does not like, I love like scary movies, not anything with the devil, like I said, but I love like Halloween and like Friday the 13th and those type of movies. Halloween's my favorite holiday, and my son, he'll occasionally watch those type of movies, but Halloween is like not his favorite holiday. My older son and my daughter, they love Halloween, but my younger son, he's just kind of like not into all that. So, and that's okay. He's his own individual person. I'm not going to force him or make him. He is coming to the age where he's coming into his own, and he gets to make the choices that he wants to in his life. So, and I'm going to let him have that independence. As far as my dad doesn't go to church, has never been really religious, but he's leaned more towards the Christian way. I did about a year ago kind of tell him my interest, and he's like, why are you reading that? Why are you reading that stuff? He kind of got a little agitated by it, and then he came over one day and he saw that I had a Buddha statue out front, and I thought he would think it was really cool, because when I was younger, I remember seeing a Buddha statue in his house when I was little, and I got this really cool Buddha statue, and I was all excited to show it to him because my dad is a very well-traveled person and a very cultured person. He likes all kinds of different cultures, so I thought he would think that it was cool, and total opposite reaction. So my stepmom, I have not shared with her because she is very religious. I do not think she would approve. She would not like it. She knows Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I know it offends her because we decorate a lot. You know the movie Hocus Pocus? That's kind of like what our neighborhood is like on Halloween. People come to our doors going, oh my gosh, I hope you decorate like this next year. You know, it's like a big hoopla. So she does not like that. And she knows I have a paranormal group also, and she does not think I should be doing that. Now, when I say I have a paranormal group, I'm not looking for the devil. It's nothing like that. It's to find out the unknown. My stepmom thinks that, you know, even if you think you're communicating with somebody who's passed, you're not communicating with that person. That's the devil coming through that person. And that may be true sometimes, but I don't think that that's true all the time. So I do nothing that has to do with the devil, and never will, don't have any interest in it. And so you can stop right here if you're thinking, oh, you know, she has a paranormal group, devil. No, stop getting your tracks right here. No, 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 not me. Do I have any friends, you know, that know? I have a really good friend that lives back home. I'm from Washington State, and I've known her for several years, and she's got similar interests as me, but we don't live in the same state. I really don't have any friends that live in the same state that have the same interest as me. The only people that I really talk to about my interests are maybe sometimes my mom and occasionally people, you know, on YouTube. I talk to my friends on YouTube and Facebook because we all, you know, are in the same circle. We share the same interests. So as far as me saying, am I in or out of the broom closet, I don't really know because I can't really say that I'm pagan or Wiccan. So I guess I should say, am I in or out of the broom closet with my interest and my spirituality? Yes, I'm out of the broom closet with my spirituality. Do people know that of my research for paganism? Some do, some don't. So I guess you could say I'm half in and half out. So again, I think that it was a really great idea to put this video out to help other people. And I wanted to share a couple books for people that also want extra resources to help them. And the first book is Out of the Broom Closet, and it is 50 stories about witches who came out of the broom closet. It could be a doctor, a lawyer. I mean, you would just be amazed at the stories that are in here, and they're very enlightening. And I know people that are struggling, it will make you feel better to read this book. And it's just a really good book. I love reading and hearing about everybody's stories. And you'd be amazed, there might be people around you that you don't even know that are hiding because they're afraid of what you might think. You know, the other book I want to refer is to Christian people that have grown up Christian like myself, that have a spiritual interest, a spiritual side like I do, and they're confused. This is the book called The Jesus Mysteries. And for me, you can never get enough wisdom, and you can never read too many books if you want answers, because every book is going to have, you know, you're going to run into different opinions out there, but it's what you want to believe here. But this book is the Jesus Mystery, I can't even talk, the Jesus Mysteries, and it's about what if Jesus were a myth. Well, I'll just read the back of the book a little bit. It says, what if there was absolutely no evidence for the existence of a historical Jesus? For thousands of years, pagans had also followed a son of God. And there's a question mark. This pagan savior was also born of a virgin on the 25th of December before 3 shepherds turned water into wine at a wedding, died and was resurrected, and offered his body and blood as a holy communion. And there's another question mark. These pagan myths have been rewritten as the gospel of Jesus Christ, question mark. Again, the earliest agnostic Christians knew that the Jesus story was a myth, question mark. Christianity turned out to be a continuation of paganism by another name, question mark. So that's what this book is about. I haven't started reading it yet, but I've kind of thumbed through it, and it looks really, really good. So if you're struggling and you're a Christian, all I can tell you is do your research and get as much information as you can. And there's another really good book out there. It's by Frank Viola, and I do not have that book, but I've heard very good things about it, and I would like to get it. And it's called Paganism and Christianity, and it talks about the similarities in the religions. And I've heard that is a very good book also. So anyways, I hope everyone is having a great day out there in YouTube land, and thanks again, Starkris, for making this video. I think it's going to help a lot of people out who are struggling, especially I know there's a lot of young people here on YouTube that come to YouTube for advice, and they feel conflicted and they're trying to learn. So I think it was a really great idea for you to do this and ask for video responses. And if anyone ever needs to talk, and you're a Christian, you grew up a Christian, and you're having problems or issues and you need advice, I'm here for you. I'm doing all that stuff, research, and one thing in common with all of us is that we're all human, and pretty much all of us have gone through the same thing or down the same path. So if anyone ever needs any advice or wants to talk, just private message me or whatever. So I hope everyone's having a great day, and bye bye.